So watch me, players and coaches. Boys at the back there, I don't know what you can see. Yeah, I don't know what you can see. And you're on a yellow already. Aren't you on a yellow?
Paudie Butler, National Hurling Coordinator. We see you here under the shadows of Ravenhill here in a park in Belfast, and you're finishing up now. Is this the sort of place where you would imagine yourself appropriately finishing up?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you have so many children here who are mad for hurling and camogie. It just fills me with joy to be here, because you know, people down the country have no idea of how many children now are playing up in, or right across Tyrone, Donegal and down. And here we are in Down this morning with hundreds and hundreds of kids, which is a delight.
And you're enjoying it, you can see that, and they're enjoying it. You still have the youthful enthusiasm for it.
Yeah, well, I'm convinced of one thing: the children of Ireland want to hurl. That's my driving force. If they didn't want to hurl, I'd leave them be. But desire is coming from them. Now can we, the GA, facilitate their desire? They've seen the matches in Croke Park, they've seen the camogie finals, the hurling finals, say, we want to be like that. And we're saying, of course you can. It's your right as an Irish person.
It sounds like you're putting down the challenge, yet you're leaving.
Well, I'm leaving at some level. I mean, I've worked all my life as a volunteer. I'll go back as a volunteer, and I'll work for the rest of my life as a volunteer. And that's not a problem for me, because from my very beginning, my father was chairman of the club. My mother was mad about hurling, so since the time I remember, hurling is my life, and it will always be my life, and I have no regrets about anything.
And what do you think you've contributed?
Well, coaching methods are certainly better. Children are getting cared for in a much better way, and our new coaching stream has come online. We have child courses now, we have youth courses, and we have adult courses. We're the first in the world to split coaching into those three groups, and it makes so much sense. So we have a coaching scheme for the primary school, for the secondary school, and for adult. It's just fantastic effort by the GA. The whole thing is streamlined now. We're ready to roll.
There's one thing you can't help but notice when you coach, and it's one, your enthusiasm, I suppose, but also the novel way that you do things. You come down to the children's level.
Well, I was a primary school teacher for 35 years, a principal for 25 years, doing PE with no facilities for 35 years. Never failed a week not to do PE. So you learn, the children teach you to come to their level, and they're on board. And if you go on like they're adults, they just turn away to something else. Children have choices now. And I think it's great that they have choices, but we must be the best, and they'll come to us.
A lot of people around the country wouldn't believe, even though we might see these images today, that a team from Antrim or down will ever challenge for the Liam McCarthy Cup. What do you say to that?
Well, yeah, I would be a believer that if people put their mind to anything, they can do it. And I'll tell you a story that I'm really familiar with. 5 years ago, St Patrick's Maghera beat Bredagh in an All-Ireland Colleges B semi-final. And on that Bredagh team, you had Seamus Callan, Brendan Maher, Garrow O'Brien, Pádraig Maher and Paddy Stapleton. The 5 of those were on the 15 that won the McCarthy Cup last year. Now, if 5 years ago the Maghera boys were 8 points better than them, it means they have equal talent or superior talent. Our job is to create the environment where hurlers can thrive. So if all of the GA puts its mind to it, of course we can change history.
For some reason I can't ever see you really retiring or walking away from hurling.
Yeah, well, of course I don't intend to walk away from hurling. It's been all my life. I've been a volunteer up to 5 years ago, which was 40 years of hurling, and I suppose I'm good for another 20.